is a track by Scott Buckley. It's a, I believe it's a public domain track, or maybe a Creative Commons, one of those. It's an open source track, available by, put out by Scott Buckley. It's called Solstice, and I'm using it as a backing track here, along with, you can also hear the forest track, this nature track that I've got, and that's an hour and 20-minute track. So I just leave that running. I'm back to the setup with two backing tracks. One that typically has a song that I'm playing, and the other one that runs continuously throughout a set. So this is the third installment of the Gig Rig series. If you're new to this, we have Gig Rig number 1, Gig Rig number 2, and Gig Rig number 3. You should certainly watch Gig Rig number 1. But there are also two other videos you should be aware of. One is on iTunes playlists, and the other is on house systems. And those come in between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. So you should also watch those to catch up. This video is kind of self-standing, but it will make more sense if you see the other videos beforehand. What we've got going, we have added on to the system. We have the Alesis mixer with effects. We have the iPod, which was formerly running our backing tracks. It's now running our nature backing tracks. And I've added the laptop. The laptop is hooked in as a player. Right, it's a backing track player, and that's what's playing the Solstice track that you heard. Bring that up just a little bit. The interesting thing is it's a 3-minute track, and you can see it on the screen. It's the one that's highlighted in the list on the left, and it's the Solstice in D minor. And it's a 3-minute track. However, I've got the loop switch set on, that small little checkbox on the upper right that says loop. And that allows me, unlike the iPod, to loop this track. This is a program I'm running, nice big numbers in the upper left showing how far we are into the current track. And this is a program that I absolutely love. It's called Amazing Slowdowner. It is a commercial product, but it is quite inexpensive. I may have paid, I think, $29 for it years and years and years ago, and I have used it hundreds of times. I use it in all the gigs that I do, every time I play out, and it is the last word in pitch shifting and speed adjusting. So we have this track, and this track was, it's in D minor, right? It works in, D minor, and the actual key is F major, but we're playing a native flute in the relative minor of D minor. And you'll notice down at the lower right, that's where all the action happens. I have the option of speed. I'm running it at 100% speed. Bring it up just a little bit. I'm running it at 100% speed. I'm running it, the tuning is in semitones and in cents. I can control it to within 1 cent of what the pitch is. Now currently I've got the cents dialed down. Let me dial that back up again. I have some shortcut keys, and I'm bringing the cents back up to 0. You can see that, and that's the original tuning. You hear it get a little bit sharper if you're listening carefully. And I'm going to play this flute against this tuning. Not bad, but it doesn't quite sound as wholesome as you might hope. It doesn't sound quite so wholesome because in this setting, at this temperature, this flute is playing, I figured, about 49 cents flat. So now what I'm going to do is keep on playing with my left hand and dial it down with my right hand. And I'm going to bring it back to the half a semitone flat that I had at 49 cents. It's about half a semitone. Here we go. So, you can tell difference. What I've done there is adjusted to this particular flute. What happens if I need to change keys? What happens if I need to? I'm going to bring this back up to 0 cents. And let's say I want this to run in a G minor flute. Let's try this. Let's see, F sharp. Let's try it with G minor flute. Okay, and now I've got a backing track that's a number of cents apart. And what I'm going to do is keep on bringing up the semitones. And it's going to loop around. I'm just going to stick it somewhere in the middle there. There we go. Well, first let's try it with G minor flute. Not quite right, so let's bring it up. I'm actually going to count up. That's E flat, E, F sharp, and G. Let's give this a try. About right. So, play any flute you want. Let's say I'm going to try F sharp. There we go. First I'll try it against the track the way it is now, and then I'll bring it down a half step from G sharp to F. So that is the idea. We are using Amazing Slowdowner. We have a continuous backing track going. We have looping going on our backing tracks. And we have arbitrary speed adjustments and pitch adjustments. Let's demonstrate a speed adjustment. Let's bring it back to somewhere in the middle. I'm going to bring it back up to the F sharp key. There we go. From F sharp to G, and slow it down. Bring it back down to D minor. That's it for this flute cast. We'll see you next time.